spent around a week in Ottawa at the end of May. Ottawa is Canada's capital, but I must say it's not a city I've particularly enjoyed in the past. However, this time was somewhat different due to spending time with friends, trying nice restaurants, and just getting to enjoy the warmer weather. On the first night, I went for tacos with my boyfriend. These were alright, not the best, but oh well. Then I went and met up with a friend at a drag show. This was the first drag show I've ever been to, and it was super fun. This I enjoyed a lot and would have gone again if I had had the chance. In the spring, Ottawa is known for its tulip festival, so I decided to set out there in the morning of the next day. On my way, I saw a little book box, but didn't pick up anything as I didn't see anything that really sparked my interest a ton. Then I got to the tulips, which you'll see in a second, although I did admire many other beautiful flowers and blossoms along my way. It's honestly always been a dream of mine to go to the Tulip Festival in Ottawa, so I was happy that I was there at the right time of year. As you can see, many other people are also doing similar things, just looking at the flowers and taking photos. I'd brought my Kindle with me, so I also spent some time sitting and reading while drinking a matcha from David's Tea. We no longer have David's Tea in Montreal, and I had a free coupon, so might as well use it. I was reading the love songs of W.E.B. Du Bois. This was an interesting book. It takes part in multiple timelines, and I would say I enjoyed some of the book, while other parts I honestly found quite boring. I've finished the book since, and I did like it overall. There was just sections that didn't really, I guess, that I just found them harder to read, or like the plot wasn't as gripping, while in certain sections plot was super gripping and engaging. So I would recommend this book on a whole. It was also a lot longer than many of the books I've been reading recently. It was over 600 pages, I think, and usually the books I read are probably around 300 pages. Anyway, that's my review on this book. After reading a little, I continued to walk around and explored the Byward Market, which is, I guess, a pretty well-known place in Ottawa and the main tourist attraction of the city. Just a simple meal my friend and I made. Also a beautiful sunset I saw one evening, and some more flowers, of course. This was the best restaurant of the trip, Dutsan. It was recommended by one of my friends who I was with to eat it. I went to dinner with I think 3 of my friends and my boyfriend, and then we went to drinks at Charlotte after. They were also really good. this night was
thank you.
probably the most fun night of the trip.
See, that's the thing. I think I tend to upstate New York. Here we go. What's the capital of?
On Wednesday, I found a free gallery to explore. It had a good selection of modern art, and as I said, it was all free, which was kind of one of the reasons I chose it, as I was on a pretty tight budget for this trip. For dinner that night, I went to Pure Kitchen with a friend who I hadn't seen in 12 years. She'd been my best friend when we were both about 3 years old, so it was amazing to reconnect with her. I was also reading Crying in H Mart during this trip, so the next day I spent most of the day reading that book so I could finish it. My friend and I went for cheap drinks at Warehouse, and then we got some cake afterwards.
They never look like, oh, they're funny. Yeah, I like that.
The next day was spent mostly just walking around. I went to go see more of the tulips that were part of the Tulip Festival. These ones were further away, and it was about a 2-hour walk to get there, but I was determined, so made the trek in the lovely weather and got to see my tulips. I didn't notice beforehand, but they were actually along a body of water, so it was nice to see the water and walk about. And then from there, I went to what's called the Arboretum and the Ornamental Gardens. On my way back, I walked through the neighborhood called the Glebe, picked up a drink to keep me hydrated, then I got some ramen from the Merji shop, which is a cute little Korean-Japanese store. This is my coffee the next morning, which was the day that I left back to go to Montreal. I then got a second coffee, as you'll see, for the drive home.